So what we're going to do with this acceptance practice is we're going to take our hand and we're going to do kind of quite a firm massage on the palm. So, if you went and had acupressure or sports massage, they might press on your hand. Does anyone think that this is going to be too difficult given the physical challenges they're in, to press on the palm like this? No, it's kind of okay for everyone. So what we're doing here is we're simulating pain, but we're doing it in a safe way, because if you press on your palm, you can get it at a level that's just a bit uncomfortable, but it's like a good massage. It's not going to do any damage. And then we're gonna show some different ways of responding to it. So of course, listen to your body. If there's other pain issues or anything else that means you can't do this, don't do it. Actually, you can just follow the instructions without the pain and just practice with whatever is there. So first of all, pressing into that palm and getting to a point where it is a bit uncomfortable. It's not doing damage, but it is uncomfortable. As I press into it, I can feel it kind of then pushes up into my fingers a little bit, and it sort of is uncomfortable. And this first step, we're simulating what can happen in our mind. So what I want you to do in your mind is go, I don't want this, I can't bear this pain, I don't want it. Tense the rest of your body around it like you're trying to get rid of it. Feel that sense of, I just can't bear this feeling in my hand. I don't want it. I really don't want this feeling. It's just, when will it end? I can't handle it. It might get worse. This just is unbearable. And then, just relax and kind of shake it off for a moment and just sort of take that in. So what we had there was this discomfort and pain, and we had the level of judgment, worry, self-doubt, worry about the future, judgment of the pain. Then we had the bracing around it. And we probably, I felt emotions arise in me even just doing that. I could feel some anxiety and some, some lowness coming in just from that sense of, I can't handle this. And so now we're going to do two options here. We're going to do drop-in anchor with this same thing, and then we're going to do some acceptance work. So as I said before, if you can use distraction, nothing wrong with that. If you can get a good book and read that and you really forget about your pain or your difficulty, then fine. But sometimes you can't distract. The thing's so overwhelming and powerful. And this is what we want to do at those times. So now press into your hand again and get that same level of discomfort. And we're going to use drop-in anchor and some values connection and some other skills now. So first of all, acknowledging what's going on in your body and mind. So saying to yourself, I notice that there is pain in my hand. I notice that there are tension in other parts of my body. I notice that my mind is saying, this is painful, or my focus is being drawn to this pain. So notice and name what you can experience there. Is there any other secondary emotions, anxiety, sadness, panic, anything like that? Is your internal critic showing up? Just notice and name it. Then come back to your body. So push your feet into the ground, straighten up your spine, take some deep breaths. You can almost feel like you're breathing into the pain in the hand. And, now connecting with values. So think, I'm here today working for self-care to build better and stronger mental health skills that are going to help me with my difficulties. I'm here to look after myself. I'm here for my family to build stronger relationships. I'm here to have a happier, freer life. Whatever those values are, those goals, those values and goals that support this work, connect with those and think about those. Why is it important? What can I achieve here? Mastery, strength, courage. Courage is not feeling fear. That's just fearlessness. Courage is feeling fear and taking action and still showing up and doing difficult stuff with fear and other difficult emotions. So courage is here. And then engage beyond your hand, engage into the world around you. So focus, look around you, listen to what I'm saying, be present in the action you're doing, and let that pain just be in the background. It might come forward into attention and you can notice it. And then you've got this like expansive awareness that acknowledges it, but also is present in your life on what you're doing. And unhook from the thoughts. If the thought comes up, I can't do this, just notice that here is my mind saying I can't do this, and focus back. So you're engaging in what you're doing. You're task focused or focused on the person you're with, where you are. Any thoughts you use are supportive thoughts like values, compassion, task focused thoughts, whatever will support you in what you're doing. And then just kind of shake that off again. Shake that pain off in the hand again. So there we have, dropping anchor, where we're just touching in with the pain, we're noticing, naming it, and then we're expanded beyond it. And then we're going to do one more step, and then we'll have a break. So we're going to do the acceptance approach. So sometimes, it's still so overwhelming and we feel like there's a lot of resistance in us. And paradoxically, then to turn towards the difficulty and build acceptance little by little over time can be so helpful. So one more time, we're going to push into the palm, just like that acupressure or sports massage. So there's some discomfort there. And then this time, we can start with anchoring in the body and getting good posture, pushing our feet into the ground. And you can come back to that anchor if you need to at any point of your breathing. But now actually turning towards the discomfort in your hand and having some curiosity, investigating the physical qualities, the shape, the pressure, the quality, the heat. Is it changing? Is it still? Are there feelings within the sensations? And then the reaction to it, what's your body doing in reaction to it? Is there tension? Are there other emotions showing up? And your mind, what's your mind telling you? Is the critic here? Is worry here? Is rumination here? Is hopelessness here? Is doubt here? Notice and name that. So really turning towards it with curiosity and just naming it and naming the reaction. So I notice that there is pain here, and I notice that there is anxiety. I notice that there is hopelessness. I notice my mind is telling me I can't do this, I can't go on. So just turning towards it with curiosity and investigating, and then making room for it. So breathing into it, softening around it, saying to yourself, this is tough, but I can handle this. I can make room for this in service of building a happier, more meaningful, more fulfilling life. I can't just get rid of this right now, so can I make room for it? Can I soften, relax my whole body around it? And then expanding beyond it. So noticing the pain in the hand, but also looking around you with curiosity. Look for some detail in the room around you, something you hadn't noticed. I can see the light coming in through the window, hitting the curtain, the texture, the detail. So really zooming in on the curiosity, really opening up, hearing what you can hear, focusing on this practice. Again, unhooking as your mind throws up doubt. I notice my mind is still doubting this. Here's the internal critic. And then coming back to what you can see around you. If the pain in the hand comes forward again, just acknowledging that and then expanding beyond it. And you can bring self-compassion here. This is really tough. This is difficult to be with this pain. And I'm going to be here for myself. I'm going to support myself, look after myself, do what I can to live that value of self-care and compassion, even with the internal critic doubting me and trying to problem solve and find my way out of this. I'm going to take action here to help myself, support myself. And so we've noticed it and investigated it, we've acknowledged it and named it, we've made room for it, brought in some compassion, and then we've expanded beyond it, all in the service of values, all for the purpose of living a more meaningful life. So just shake it off now, shake off the hand, and then just come back to where you are. And Of course, this is very different to actual pain that comes up. We have control there, we can release it. It's not as bad as the physical pain. But yet, it's the same skills we're starting to work on that we could use with, the physical sensations we've been talking about, the emotional overwhelm, panic, depression, with fatigue, with numbness, with all of those difficult things that show up with depression, anxiety, pain, physical challenges, all of that stuff. And so we can practice it much like learning to carry, heavier and heavier weights. You start with something little and build the acceptance skills around that and then build it up. Sometimes we have to go straight to the heavy weight because life throws that at us. These stories of when, a mum has lifted a car, to get their baby out and all that kind of thing. Sometimes life throws us such an emergency that we have to start right at acceptance of the most difficult thing. But often, building it up step by step is really, really useful. So right now, if the main challenge you're dealing with is too difficult, is there something that's less difficult to work with? So, a little bit of irritation that shows up in the day, a little bit of boredom that shows up in the day, a little ache or pain that isn't the core challenge, but it's a little bit of discomfort. A thought that's difficult, but it's not the most difficult one. So is there something a little bit easier to work with diffusion and acceptance with, and then we can build up this skill. And the more we practice this, the stronger that new brain pathway is going to get, that inhibitory learning, and then we're going to build more and more trust with that.